Virtual Campground is a community of RVers. We gather around the campfire to share stories, information, and travel tips that help you on your next adventure. Your camp hosts, Deborah and Barry Benton, are full-time RVers in search of quaint bookstores, cozy coffee shops with great Wi-Fi, and epic photography opportunities, all to share with you. So pull up your chair and join us in the Virtual Campground. Welcome to the Virtual Campground. I am Barry. This is my beautiful wife, Deborah, and we are so glad you are here.
You got it right.
Yeah. Well, last time I, stumbled a little bit. Yeah. Let us know if you can hear, because it may be a moot point. Get it? They may not be able to hear us. It may be a moot point that I got it right. There's your dad joke of the week. So we are so glad you are here. Where are we?
We're here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yes.
Just right outside of it. We're at a cute little campground called Salem Breeze. They have Salem Breeze and Calm Breeze. Twin, I guess, camp. It's very small. So we're 26 sites.
Yep.
You have to be self-contained because there's not showers or restrooms, but really convenient to Winston-Salem if you need a place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a nice, clean, simple park. Yeah. Don't put your rugs on the grass.
Yeah, they're very picky.
They are very picky about the grass.
But you get to pick your own site when you get here. You can just pick any site
which is good because we got here after they shut down.
Yeah, we were, which they tell you not to do, but we did.
And we picked a nice site. We've got a nice, lovely view. It's almost as if we're here by ourselves. So it's a lovely place. All right.
So hi, guys. We see the Kempers, or at least Jen. I'm not sure about the other one. Johnny and Tom. Kathy with you, Tom. And who else? Johnny. I said Johnny already.
Yeah.
And the Pishnas.
And the Pishnas. And
Jimmy.
Jimmy Crawford. Yay.
Johnny, you know, I'm not even going to listen to you fussing about that at your Navarre because you've had plenty of chances to come join us.
That's right. Get that sucker painted and get on down.
Just get out. Though I am very glad you're not in Florida because I think at one point you talked about being in Florida. Brian's in the house. Hey,
Woo-hoo!
Brian. Yeah, so we do have some friends in Florida. Tripping with Smiths, we know, is in Florida. Liz is living in Florida. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
So lots of prayers and good wishes out to the folks in Florida. My cousin has a brand new house right south of Saratoga, which is exactly where.
Bad timing to build a house on the west coast of Florida.
Yeah. I mean, you would think it's mostly on the East Coast, but not this time. So, yeah, so she's got lots of fingers crossed. She's up in New Jersey right now, but hope her house withstands. So if you are ever caught in a hurricane, I did not know this. If you're caught in a hurricane and you cannot get out, which of course first we're in RVs that roll, the first thing to do is get the hell out of there. But what I read was if you had to, you should get another rig,
get them really close together,
and get them really close together, end to end. So your doors open to each other, and I guess that somewhat helps with the winds and stuff. But of course, the idea is to make sure you have full tank of gas.
Fill up all your tanks.
Empty grays and blacks.
And hit the road. If you're going to hit the road, do that. If you got to stay there, then fill up your fresh water tank, get your batteries charged, get everything charged because you may lose electricity, and
stock up on food.
Make sure you've got a full diesel tank, gas tank, so you can run the generator. Another tip that I heard today was that there were a lot of people in our RV Renovations Facebook group talking about the fact that they can't move their rig for some reason. They don't have a truck big enough or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of them are just stationary. They're just renovating.
And so someone chimed in and said that their insurance company, I think it was Geico, actually sent out an email to them and saying, we'll pay for someone to tow your vehicle out of harm's way. So it's cheaper for them to do that than buy you a new RV.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
So that was a tip I had never thought of before. So if your insurance company can move you, get them to move you.
Get them to move you, especially if you don't have the means to do it. Because a lot of those folks that are renovating RVs, especially the fifth wheels and the trailers, they don't have the vehicle to move it. They just have been renovating it. So absolutely. But I will say that's one of the things that scares me sometimes as we travel, and even here in Winston-Salem, that storm's gonna kind of come up towards us, which we should hit. We'll get rain, but hopefully
depression by then.
Hopefully not too much wind. Wind rocking us always frightens me.
Yeah,
I know it does you too, Jen. So Teresa's back in the house. Hi, Teresa.
So we someone mentioned, Jimmy mentioned that there was some buffering that could be on our end. Jimmy, we are running on the miracle of Starlink tonight. Our AT&T connection is really bad, and we have at this campground we've got a nice northern view, but there is a chance we're going to cut out every now and then.
Trees.
So keep an eye on it. Let us know if we do cut out. I mean, we enjoy talking, but we don't want to just keep talking to ourselves if we're not there. Of course, how are you going to let us know? So anyway, more on Starlink one day.
One day. We keep promising.
So shall we talk about my weekend?
Well,
is there something else to talk about?
I think we should talk about your weekend, but I think if we're going to talk about your weekend, we should talk about it with some people so I can see what was actually happened.
Okay, so we're gonna attempt this. So we're gonna attempt to bring on some very special guests. Let's see if we can do this. Hold on, bear with me, okay? We're gonna see if we can bring on. How do I do this?
The guest has muted themselves. They should unmute.
Oh.
There you go.
The guest is unmuted.
Happy birthday, April!
Yeah, happy birthday.
Everybody say happy birthday to April.
Okay, the first thing we need to do...
It's a surprise party. Surprise! No, just kidding.
First thing we need to do is make sure that everyone else can see them. We can see them on the screen. So if somebody could let us know if they see April and Ken, that would be so helpful.
Is there a chance they wouldn't be able to see them?
I can't imagine they couldn't, but you just never know. I don't know. This technology stuff. I'm not too awesome.
Yeah, we've only been doing it for 2 years, but you would think we would know better.
So good to see you. So
I was gonna say you would think we would have figured it out too, and planned a little bit ahead of time. But hey, we did. We're kind of at a brewery doing this.
Yeah. Oh, shocking! You're at a brewery. Okay.
On her birthday? No. What brewery are you at? Brevard.
Okay.
Brevard Brewing. Yeah.
Awesome. We'll have a fun time there. Thanks for popping on and taking a moment from your birthday celebration to join us. So we had a great time this weekend. Camp Carpe Diem's coming up, and I know we've talked about that a lot, but we are so flippin' excited about that weekend, and we've got people coming in from all over for it. And one of the special things that the Pishnas arranged, of course, the Pishnas, if you don't know, are with livingastoutlife.com, but they arranged for Oscar Blues to be our main sponsor. And Oscar Blues is throwing a huge bash for us that opening night. So it's going to be a ton of fun. So we went there. They arranged a brew day. So we're brewing a special beer. And so several of us, the Otts, the Pishnas, and I, all met up at Oscar Blues and in Brevard, and we brewed some special beer.
Kenny, was it a special beer?
It was very special.
What made?
Tell more about it. Don't just say it was very special.
Well, I don't know. Are we revealing the specialty of the beer here?
Well,
I don't know if we should.
Should we use the name? Should we really tell them what they're going to be drinking, or should we wait and get a consensus for what they think they're drinking and just call it that?
Oh yeah, we could take votes. Yeah.
Yeah, but what if they vote on something they're not getting? I'm okay with not unveiling
that's fine.
The flavor. What do you call it? Flavor? What do you call it? Type?
The style. The style?
Yeah, style.
Okay.
That's why we have the Pishnas on.
That's right.
So,
it's
yes.
kind of a style that's not truly a style. It doesn't fit. Like if you threw it in a judging category, what we brewed doesn't exactly fit a judging category.
Oh, there you go. That's fun.
Yeah, because when
I
you
think
told
makes it even.
when you
I think
told
makes it even cooler because
when you told Oscar Blues what you had in mind, they sort of thought, well, that's interesting. Let's see what we can do. So it's going to be pretty interesting.
Okay, the consensus in the chat is it should be a surprise.
Cool.
We will
this is why
Surprise it will be.
this is why we like the people in the chat and that will be showing up at CCD and the people that like you guys at the virtual campground.
That's right.
Brian
Good
says
call,
it's
Brian.
good. Okay, I have a question. Brian, did Brian have to peel a bunch of oranges again? Last year he did.
That's your one hint. No, we did not peel any. No oranges were harmed in the making of this beer.
All right, no oranges were harmed. Good to know.
Although I do have a video, and I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but we got to share in the creation and actually do things to help build this recipe. And one of us knocked some stuff on the floor, but I'm not going to say who, but it is in the video. So if you look really carefully.
I'll throw maybe I don't know Brian. No.
Not Brian. He knows better than that.
So we let's see. So okay, yeah. So he
did damage some oatmeal. Okay.
No
pumpkins.
No pumpkins were involved.
No pumpkin spice. No, I refuse to have anything pumpkin.
No.
This country goes a little crazy about pumpkins right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry's in the house.
Hey, Larry.
So, all right. So that was a lot of fun, and Oscar Blues is pretty incredible. So that kickoff
did y'all
party.
brew it where the party's going to be?
Well, we brewed it at the brewery.
So that's all the same place, is what I mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I have.
Yeah, it's all one big property.
I don't know if I'm going to lose you.
Go ahead,
April. I was gonna say, okay.
No, go ahead.
Can you guys still hear us?
Yes.
So yeah, I love this picture. I mean, it's all kind of strange because we're all in our hairnets and things, but it shows exactly what kind of it's a big brewery and it's more like a factory. It's a production space. But I think that picture is really fun. But what I was going to say is it also shows you how big this place is, a hint of it, because at this location only, they have 3 locations, Oscar Blues does, but at this one they brew 200,000 barrels of beer, and each barrel is 30 gallons.
Yes. So that's what, 6 million gallons?
And so while we didn't brew on their big, huge system, we were brewing on one of their pilot systems. It's still really cool to see this little tiny system amidst these humongous barrels and fermenters and all the brewery things.
So who from Oscar Blues was helping y'all? Who are the gentlemen helping you?
So Brian Townsend is one of their marketing managers, and he handles a lot of the marketing nationwide for Oscar Blues. And he's actually been a follower of Living the Stout Life for a little while. And so when we met him last fall in Austin, Texas, he was like, "Oh, where are you doing the next CCD?" And we talked, and we're like, "Maybe Asheville area." And he's like, "Oh, okay, here we go." So he facilitated all this. And then Chris Ruff is the lead brewer there that really helped dial in a great recipe. And I mean, his brewing expertise is off the rails good. I mean, he was fantastic to work with, and he's very good at explaining everything along the way, what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it. And he even recommended a hop for this beer that is one he's never brewed with before.
Oh, fun.
Because it's a very new hop. So it's going to be a fun one to try in this beer.
Excellent. Very, very exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
Very exciting. So is he the same guy that brews, watches over the mass of the brews, or he invents them?
Yeah, he does oversee most of the brewing at Oscar Blues there, and he a lot of what he does is train the other brewers that are going to be running, because this is a big production brewery. I mean, they make a lot of beer, obviously, like we mentioned, so they need several folks on hand to make this amount of beer, and he's the lead guy who trains everybody to make sure that it's all dialed in just right.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that they were a 24-hour operation. They are cranking out a lot of beer.
So you guys were in.
24/7.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, just saying. I just agreeing with what Barry said there, that they're a big 24/7 operation because of how much beer they produce now.
So you guys were there. You brewed on Friday, and Barry came home on Sunday. So apparently you did a few other things.
We did. So we brewed some beer, but we also did some scouting. So part of our adventure for Camp Carpe Diem is biking, mountain biking, and photography, as well as the whole beer thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. So we got a spinning wheel and a little bit of latency reported. So hang in there, guys. The Starlink satellites are going to come back around. So
Come on, Elon.
Yeah, come on, Elon. You can do it. So we did a little bit of scouting. We did hiked a really cool hike. That was lovely. Oh, there we go. And had a good time doing that. And I think we have a pretty good plan for doing some fun stuff while we are in Brevard.
Let me have it back.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We're gonna type some notes here. Okay. See if we've lost people or what the deal is. Okay,
fine
Johnny
now.
says
Okay.
fine now. If Johnny says it's fine now,
We know.
then we know it's fine now.
So y'all went on a couple of hikes.
We went on,
yeah.
we did two waterfall hikes, and I think both of those are going to work out nicely for the event.
Do y'all agree?
Yeah,
We do.
Fantastic, and we ended up at a really highly unexpected,
oh my gosh,
in the middle of nowhere beer bar that was off the chain good. I mean, I think we were all kind of shocked at not just the quantity, but the varieties of beer they had and some of the rare stuff that they had. And it's very close to one of the hikes. So
and the pizza.
Because you know the rule around here these days: a hike and a bike have to end at a brewery. The closer, the better.
That's right.
Yeah, and the pizza truck was great. And Brian and I went to go place the order, and they had 6 different pizzas, and there's only 5 of them, and we couldn't make a decision, so we just ordered one of each of them. The people in the table next to us were just dumbfounded when we kept going back and forth from the pizza truck, bringing pizzas to our table. So. But it was
basically had a pizza flight with our beer.
Yeah, we did. It was really, really fun.
Sounds really great to me. Pizza sounds really good right now.
I'm also excited to bring everybody to another one of our sponsors, though. I want to mention Noble Brow Brewing, because they're the ones that are helping to give us a little bit of discounted lunch and some really good beer at a really cool venue. So Noble Brow Brewing is going to be great, and they're just in Brevard too. So we visited there to check them out for the first time. Barry, I think you've already been there before, but it was a lot of fun.
Got them out last
cool space.
Yeah, they're a cool brewery and great venue for listening to music.
Well, and that's a great venue because it's really right off of the main road of Brevard. So we'll be able to go there for lunch and have a beer, and then if people want to walk around downtown Brevard and kind of check it out, they'll be able to really easily.
Yeah, that's actually where we are right now. Brevard Brewing Company is here right along on where Main Street and Broad Street are, which is the majority of the kind of historic Brevard downtown area. And very cool.
Well,
and
I'm glad
we've actually been doing, since you guys left, we've been doing a little bike scouting too for some of the trails. And April today took one for the team, and we had to cross a creek on this trail, and she took a little dump into the creek.
Oh no! Oh no!
But her
your
phone
birthday!
Survived, the car key survived. The car fob survived.
Oh, oh no!
I'm saying, man, this job, it's tough life.
It's a hard, but somebody has to do it.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh! Well, thanks for doing that. Thanks for your sacrifice.
You are very welcome.
All right, so let's see. We're getting another
I think we freeze up every now and then. So hopefully folks are sticking with us. But does anybody in the chat have a question for the Pishnas or for Barry or about the beer or about Camp Carpe Diem at all? Please put it in there and let us know if you have a question.
Yep. I think that's all we had on our list of things to talk about.
Are y'all specking out? So we know Noble Brown, we know Oscar Blue. Do we have any other breweries that you know of that we're going to go check out?
The hardest part, honestly, is narrowing it down.
Yeah.
There are so many around the area, and one of our days is going to be in Asheville, and wow. Asheville's going to be a really tough one to narrow it down to just
We'll narrow it a little bit because we'll need to be able to walk to it. But yeah.
I can say though that thanks to our good friend Jimmy too, he's going to help us do some scouting tomorrow night, so we're looking forward to that one as well.
And he's already scouted a few other locations.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Yeah, I saw a picture I think he posted at what's the big one? Sierra Nevada. Yeah. Which that place is huge.
Yeah.
And close to our campground.
It is.
Very convenient.
Although there are several close to our campground.
That's a problem.
Oh well. Oh well.
Darn it.
So, and I know some of the folks, I know Tom's on here and he and Kathy are driving over from California. We've got Kim coming down from Colorado. We've got a lot of folks that are already starting the trek in because it's only 3 weeks away.
Yeah, it's coming up
3 weeks from Thursday, right?
Really fast.
Yeah.
I can say our other, mountain biking camp counselors, Jill and August, are on their way as well from Idaho. They are currently in Iowa, I believe she said.
Yeah,
so people are getting away. They're getting on the way here.
I was a little worried about them, though. They said they're coming through Kentucky. I hope they don't get stuck,
they might get stuck
on the Bourbon Trail.
Yeah, I think Scott might join them there, so that might be worrisome. We might have to send a search party out.
We might join them there too. So I don't know if anybody else wants to join us in Kentucky the week before.
Does anybody have any info on the mountain biking Bourbon Trail?
I think it'd be hard.
You guys are going to have to blaze that trail, so to speak.
Yeah, the whole idea of a bourbon trail is a little misleading because they're so far apart from each other. But
yeah,
Brian reminded us that we're not going to have we even though we have enough beer that you and he started concocting a plan to make even more beer, another special brew. So that'll be just our campfire brew that we're going to have around there for fun.
How long does it take for a beer to become a beer? Make it on a Friday.
Okay. So normally it takes around an average typical, not crazy off the chain weird beer. It could take around 2 weeks for the average home brewer. But Brian's been working on some stuff because for those that don't know, Brian and Teresa have some plans for about 2 years down the road to open their own brewery. So Brian's been working really hard on some techniques, and he's using a special yeast called Kavik that turned the brewing world on its head, and it cuts the time down to where we'll probably have a beer in about 5 days.
Oh, wow. So he could actually, people that get there early might actually see him putting ingredients in.
He'll probably have it done.
Right. Actually, April and I are going to go to when Teresa lived in Chattanooga for a couple days, and we're going to brew it there while we're there. And then he'll finish it off he'll package it up and bring it to Carpe Diem with him.
We get our very own Camp Carpe Diem keg of beer.
There you go.
That sounds very nice. Oh yes, Johnny, they absolutely brew beer in an RV.
Yep.
And somebody asked, and Jimmy asked a question about, are any of the trails electric bike friendly? And I think you were checking that out, right, April?
We are looking into that. The couple that we've been to on so far are not. They're also not beginner friendly. So we are still looking at things because we want to find some for the e-bike peoples too.
Yep.
So we haven't forgotten about you.
Cool.
There are some good paved trails around that will be e-bike friendly for sure. But we're still scouting to try and find some good mountain bike trails that'll that'll work for that as well.
It was a good question.
Hopefully.
Awesome.
Yeah, Jimmy, definitely not street bikes on some of these mountain trails. And as we learned last year, a lot of the mountain trails don't want you to have e-bikes on them. So we will be looking for something that we can take bikes on that are not necessarily a big mountain trail. So I don't do mountain trails either. So maybe we'll find a normal biking trail for those of us that are more electric or just regular old
beginners,
regular
just
old
want
bikes.
just want to go ride a bike. And,
Yeah, that's on our plan to be looking that up too. So
Yeah,
cool.
And because I know one of the hikes you guys found, the one with the triple falls, it's a little bit steep in parts, so people want to be prepared for that. But we will have alternatives if people don't want to do that as well.
That's right.
Well, and we did just learn yesterday. We ran into a local mountain biker here on the trail and ended up talking to him for a good 10-15 minutes, picking his brain since he knows all the trails. And there are actually quite a few mountain bike trails out here that are mountain bike and hiking trails that are seasonal. So during the busy time during the summer, there are some trails that you can't mountain bike on, but you can hike on. So there are a lot of little navigational pieces out here.
Yeah, and I think as someone had told me, I mean, we're coming into a pretty busy time of year for this area because of fall colors. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if makes the mountain trails more busy or less busy. Because people might be driving.
The good thing is there's no shortage of trails out here. There are everywhere you turn. There's trails for hiking or biking or both, or horses, everything. So we'll definitely be able to locate some good ones.
And there's no shortage of beer.
There's no shortage of anything in Asheville. Food, beer, everything. Wine. I mean, you can find
beauty, wine, bourbon,
shopping. We are going to have so much fun.
We are. I'm excited about it.
Can't wait. I love this area, and I'm so excited that we get to do it with you guys and with all of our CCD friends.
Yep.
All right. We can't wait. We're super excited.
Anything else?
Nope. I think that was it. Do y'all have anything else?
Nope. Just hurry up and get here, y'all.
One thing I would say is, get in the WhatsApp group if you're not in there already, and be sure to reach out and let us know as you're coming. If you want to get together even before Camp Carpe Diem, we're doing our best to meet up with everybody, and you can be part of the unofficial scout team.
There you go.
And if you happen to be listening and aren't signed up yet and want to sign up and are thinking about it, there are still a few spots available for a CCD, although the campground is full, but there are plenty of places to stay around here if you start looking and stuff. So.
Yep. Yeah. And yes, Tom, we do know about the classes of e-bikes that some you have to pedal and some are a little bit more motorbikes. It's just, you remember, and Tom remembers last year in Ouray that they just were fussy about taking e-bikes of any kind. So anyway, but definitely get on WhatsApp. What is the hashtag that we want people to use as they're traveling to CCD and posting?
Hashtag is Brevard CCD 2022.
Cool.
Brevard CCD 2022. You got it.
All right. Larry, WhatsApp is an app that we're using for communication. So everybody needs to be on that.
You got an email. When did I send that? Last week that gave you the instruction, or 2 weeks ago actually, that gave you the instructions about WhatsApp and a link to get on it. And if you have any problems, just text one of us.
Cool. Yep. All right, Aprilkin, great to see you. Thanks for popping on. Really appreciate it.
Looking have a great rest of your birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Excited. Thank you. Can't wait to see everybody. Aww.
Birthday hug. Bye. Give her a birthday hug for me. Can't wait to get you a hug in person. See y'all soon.
Bye.
There you go. All right. Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
All right.
Love those guys.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yes, Teresa, there are paved roads. I think we're gonna be fine. We're gonna find plenty to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Plenty to do. As a matter of fact, we're going to run out of time, so we got to be very focused on what we do. And
you're going to want to come back after we've shown you the basics. You're going to definitely want to come back and see it more. Yeah. Yes.
Let's see. There were a couple of questions. I think we got to them all, except Larry asked about panels. How often do I wash? We only have one panel on top.
Are you talking about solar or panels? I think they're talking about the Starlink.
Oh, the Starlink panel?
Wiping it off. And somebody asked that, whether we clean it.
Oh, no. You don't clean that thing. I did wipe it off the other day when it had some leaves stuck to it, but no, there's no need to really clean it, technically.
Okay. Yeah. But solar panels?
Solar panels, when they get dirty, check on them once a month or so.
Well, you go up on the roof pretty often to check anyway, or almost probably every other time we leave to sweep it off. So you sweep off the solar panels as well.
All right. Let's see. So we have, let's see, what else do we want to talk about?
Hey, Jimmy, while you're there, have you gone to the farmer's market? It's like the official North Carolina one. It's right outside of Asheville. You need to go over there and see that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So other things that we need to talk about. Gutted. You want to talk about Gutted?
Oh, so last year, y'all probably remember us talking about Gutted and the experience that it was. It was out at the Great Sand Dunes in Colorado, and we came away with as much sand in the house as I felt like it was outside the house.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit of a mashup because it was their first one. But this year, they have moved it to north of Kansas City, and it starts next week on the 4th, I think. Yeah, the 4th through the 9th. So anybody, as you're making your way here over to Asheville, if you want to go by Gutted, and you can spend just a day there, or you can actually camp there. They have a state campground that they're at. So you can go to guttedevent.com and get more information. And we have a discount, 30% off discount if you use RV renovation, all lowercase, in the code. Get you 30% off of admission ticket, not the camping, but the admission ticket. So I know some folks were really interested in it. It is a fantastic idea and really cool. They actually do have the show from last year out on Blank Space if you want to watch it. But the premise of it, you want to explain what it was?
Sure, yeah. It was a competition. 3 teams, one with a schoolie, one with a van, and one with a more traditional RV. And the RVs all arrived completely gutted, and they had to order products ahead of time, and then they all arrived there, just descended out into the, near the Great Sand Dunes and just started building these RVs. It was amazing to watch. And then at the end of the show, they or at the end of the week, they picked their favorite. They were voting on their favorites.
They had 2 judges that picked the one that they felt like the team had done the best job. And then those 3 vehicles, actually they've one of them, I think they said they sold one of them, and one of them that they're using for some promotional stuff. But no, Johnny, I don't think we've gotten our winch fixed yet. That was from the Gutted last year. Did we?
Oh, yeah, we got the winch fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yes, but we were pulling people out of sand. But this year they won't have to do that. But we will not be there this year. But I'm looking forward to hearing more about how it goes. It does sound like they've got it this year. Instead of everybody pre-ordering and then doing 1,000 runs to Home Depot, which is what happened last year, and the Home Depot was an hour and a half away. Home Depot is now only 20 minutes away, but they are going to do it more like kind of like they do the cooking shows where they have ingredients and the team has to run over and get what they need, and then they'll have it. So they're going to be a little smarter about it.
This should be pretty interesting. So that's October 4th through the 9th in Kansas City. And discount code again?
The discount code is RV Renovation. I'll put it in the notes. RV Renovation, all in small, all in lowercase. And if you want to watch last season's show, it's on Blank Space. And you can go to guttedevent.com and all of that. The links to the Blank Space are on there as well. So
very cool. All right. Let's see. As far as Starlink goes, we are, like I mentioned, we are running on it tonight. And as long as you have that clear sky to the north, it works pretty well. But even now, we've got just a little bit of some trees over here to the west, and it's catching some of that. So every now and then the satellites go behind the tree, and we lose our signal, but it's been pretty good. I've done conference calls on it, and it hasn't been horrible. So we're surviving on it. Still, I did the new thing this week was Shrag, who's on here or was on here. He and I went to the hardware store when we were together in St. Ignace, and we got PVC pipe, 2-inch PVC pipe, and we built our own little Starlink flagpoles, so to speak. And so I put that together this week just as a test, and it's working pretty well. So I'll have a video on all that sometime in the future.
Sometime in the future. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Juniper is gin, right? Yes. So, and I would tell you that the interesting thing about Starlink is, in the past, we've always looked for campgrounds that have trees so you had more shade. But with Starlink, you look for less shade. So it's been confusing.
Starlink's just a backup, though. We hope to find, regardless of where we go with trees or anything, you hope to find a good AT&T signal for us specifically, and then if it's not there, then we'll make Starlink work, hopefully.
But the fact that we have Starlink is making it possible for us to plan right now to go to Big Bend.
Yeah.
In February of 2023 and hang out for several weeks while you still work, because we'll have Starlink, so you'll be able to have Wi-Fi.
That's right. And while we're talking about that, let's talk a little bit about our upcoming travels. So,
because after Camp Carpe Diem, we would love it if people met up with us.
That's right. Yeah. So we want to give you a heads up on where we're going to be. So if you're nearby, then send us a note. So we head to Brevard for CCD. Then we start heading west pretty quickly after that. We're going to be in Mississippi,
because you're going to go to Arkansas for a
and then Arkansas for a photography workshop, and then we'll be in near Caddo Lake, which is a beautiful lake in northeast Texas, and then
Jimmy, you'll want to go there one day to photograph it if you haven't.
Oh yeah, Jimmy, yeah, it's just an amazing lake, very swampy looking, a lot of cedar. And then we're going to be in Dallas for most of December. And then,
most of November to December, yeah. We'll be there before Thanksgiving until after New Year's.
And then down to the Galveston area, and then over to Big Bend. So that's what we have so far.
So Galveston will be all of January, and then Big Bend will be about February 18th until March.
Yeah.
So if you are still making your plans, especially if you are planning to be in the Texas area anytime in first quarter, please check and see if you want to join up with us. We'll be in San Antonio in between. So we would love to see y'all if you're going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Bend. I've never been. I grew up in Texas, never been to Big Bend. So I'm pretty excited to be there. Barry has been several times with workshops. So I'm excited for him to show it to me.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're in Arkansas. The photography workshop is in the Ouachita Mountains at the northwest corner of Arkansas.
Is that the Ouachita Mountains?
Maybe the Ozark. I can't.
It's like near Darlington.
It's above
Russellville,
that area. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so send us a note, Larry. If you're going to be out and about in that area, then send us a note. We'll let you know where we'll be.
Yeah, I'll be outside of Memphis. He'll be in Arkansas.
Right. That's right. Yeah, so I'm going to drive over to Arkansas in the Jeep for the photography workshop. Forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Not enough room. Hey, if you bring your rig, then maybe I can stay with you.
All right. So other than that, April's birthday is today. Also, my brother-in-law Brian's birthday is today. Anybody else having a birthday today? It seems like this week I've seen on Facebook lots of birthdays and lots of wedding anniversaries. So it's a big month for that. Our son's birthday is on Friday. He will be a quarter century old. That makes me sound old. I can't have a son that's 25. Nope. And then our nephew will be, and this is even worse, he'll be 29 tomorrow. Really think that's very rude of these children to grow up like this. Yes, around Benton. North of Benton. Johnny.
No, not too close.
Bentonville's further south.
Russellville.
Yeah. Russellville, not Fayetteville. Russellville. And Dardanelle.
Lake Dardanelle State Park is where we stayed last time.
And it's a nice state park.
We're not going to be there this time. But if you're looking for a place to stay, Lake Dardanelle State Park is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know you went
to school at Lake Dardanelle State Park?
No.
All right.
All right. So happy birthday to all the people we love.
That's right.
And anybody else that's in the chat that's having a birthday or anniversary or anything else you want to celebrate, let us know. We want to give you a shout out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it for the evening. Anybody have a question? Anybody have any thoughts?
Hit that like.
Besides what you already said.
Hit that thumbs up button and share this with your travel-loving friends. And if you're going to be in Brevard for Camp Carpe Diem, we'll see you very soon. Anything else?
No.
Don't think so?
I don't think so.
Okay. There's no outro today. I didn't have time to put one together, so this is going to be an abrupt end. Apologies for that. Thank you so much for being here. It's great to hang out with you. And until we see you in person one day, we hope to see you in the virtual campground.
See you around the campfire.
Bye.
Bye.